Hi guys, welcome to Psychotic Yapsters. This is your host Priyanshi.
And I'm your co host Yashika. Today's case, the kind of story that makes you check your logs twice before bed.
Yes, we are talking about the man whose crime still sends shiver down the spine of even seasoned detectives.
1960. Little Jeffrey is born. At first, a pretty normal kid. Quiet, shy, even sweet. But after a hernia surgery at the age of 6, something shifts. He becomes distant and withdrawn.
So, a hernia surgery changed personality of little Jeffrey?
Yeah, especially when a child feels unsafe or unsupportive. Pain, anesthesia, and isolation during recovery can distort emotional development. Then comes the obsession with animal bones. Not just collecting them, dissecting roadkill, bleaching skeletons, studying decay like it was some science homework.
That's not in any healthy hobbies that I know. Was this out of curiosity or a early red flag?
Likely both, Priyanshi, but in Dahmer's case, it was emotional detachment. He did not have any empathy.
Oh, also Yashika, I've heard that his father also played a role in his weird behavior.
Yes, his father did introduce Jeffrey to dissection related activities, but without realizing the dark influence it would later have. He thought that it was a scientific interest rather than viewing it as an alarming behavior.
I feel that the family must be emotionally distant toward him.
At home, it was complete chaos. Home wasn't a cozy sitcom either. His dad was always working and mom was battling mental demons.
So, emotional neglect plus zero stability, of course, not a great combo for a kid who is already dissecting squirrels.
His parents' marriage was crumbling. Loud arguments, emotionally distorted. By the time Jeffrey turned 18, they divorced. And later, as a teenager, he developed severe alcohol dependence to suppress his urges and fuel his crimes. Mom takes his brother, leaves Jeffrey alone, thereby drinking heavily and spiraling. Dahmer is driving through Ohio when he spots a hitchhiker. Stephen hikes. They strike up a conversation, spend the afternoon drinking and talking, but when Hicks decides to leave, something in Jeffrey snaps.
What does he do?
He plans his first murder. He grabs a dumbbell, hits Hikes, strangles him, and then does something unthinkable. Dismembers the body and buries the remains in his backyard.
That's horrific, but bro, nobody suspected him.
Not a soul, and for the next 9 years, he kept quiet. But the urge, it never left. It was just waiting and building. Also in 1979, Dahmer enlisted in the US Army as a combat medic, but his service was cut short after just 2 years due to his persistent alcohol abuse, leading to an honorable discharge.
What a man, bro. But is that true that he indulged in cannibalism?
Indeed, he also practiced cannibalism, consuming parts of his victims as a means of feeling a permanent connection and exerting total control over them. In the late 80s, it's different. It's calculated. In 1988, he was arrested for sexual assault.
So now it's the end of the criminal era.
No, Priyanshi. In March 1989, he met Anthony, the first victim whose body parts he preserved, genitals and the head. He started luring men back to his apartment, drugs them, strangles them, and keeps trophies.
What trophies?
Trophies such as skulls, photographs, even body parts stored in his fridge.
He was truly a monster, but why would he keep those?
It was out of control and possession. Jeffrey didn't want companionship. He wanted ownership. If they couldn't leave, they couldn't abandon him. By 1991, his crimes take an even darker turn. He begins what he calls experiments. Experiments such as drilling holes in victims' skulls, injecting acid, or boiling water, trying to create living zombies. 8 murders in just a few months. His apartment was becoming something straight out of a horror movie. And then one night, someone gets away.
Wait, someone escaped?
Yes, they straight ran to the police, and when officers stepped inside apartment 213, what they found would shock the world. Thank you for listening to us. Until episode 2. Till that time, stay safe, stay psychotic.